Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's video we are playing with the ColourPop Matte About Hue eyeshadow palette. Yeah, and that's how I was able to create. That's how I was able to create this look today. And as you can see by my smile and my happiness, I am so happy. I was so happy. So this will be a voiceover because I know I had to concentrate. So I'm still going to talk through it, talk y'all through my steps and what all I did and why I did what I did, all that good stuff. So make sure you keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Okay guys, starting off, I am priming my eyelids today with my juvia'splace eyeshadow primer in number 2. So that's what I use today. I've been using that a lot lately. I have no problem with it at all. It actually makes my eyeshadow stick a little bit more. If I had to choose between the P. Louise and the juvia'splace, I probably would go with the juvia'splace. Yeah, the juvia'splace, it's just something that I feel like it makes my eyeshadow stick. So today's palette is no other than the Matte About Hue by ColourPop. And as you can see, I'm only going to use that row right there. We sticking to one row today. So I took the shade Little Iffy, and I'm putting that in my crease. I'm using that as my transition color. So I just took it and basically packed it on first. I wanted to pack it to see how pigmented the colors was going to be before I actually started blending. So I'm packing and then I'll go into circular motions and kind of blend it out. ColourPop really surprised me with this palette. I knew that I wanted it. I knew I had to have it, but not really expecting the colors to be as pigmented as they are, as you can see. So then I took the shade Cola, and I'm just sitting Cola right on top of Little Iffy. I'm sticking that right on top just to kind of like soften the outer edges of it. I didn't want it to be harsh or too overwhelming for me, and Cola was a little bit lighter, a lighter shade, just a tad bit lighter. So I'm just taking a fluffy Amazon brush to blend it out as usual. Y'all know I love my Wet n Wild fluffy brushes and my my Amazon fluffy brushes. So I'm just basically blending it out, and I had to do a voiceover for this part of it because I had no idea what I was doing, but I wanted to do it. And don't mind that, that's just a pimple patch on my chin there. So I took some Vaseline and I guess that's an eyeshadow sponge. I don't even know what you call it. This was my first time ever trying this step right here. I've seen numerous people do it. I'm like, okay, well, let me give it a try. It's not as easy as it looks, but it's not as hard as you think, if that makes sense. So I'm basically just carving out the shape that I wanted using the Vaseline. Then I took my napkin and kind of like, see there, I'm shocked because I didn't expect the shadow to come off as easy as it did. So I'm just taking my napkin and basically wiping off the Vaseline. So I cut the shape that I wanted to remove any excess eyeshadow and whatnot, and then I took the napkin and just wiped off the Vaseline. And I felt like this allowed me, when I got ready to put more juvia'splace primer down, it wasn't like I was packing product on top of product. So I can kind of see why they do this step right here. I used to look at tutorials and say, oh man, that's a wasted step of product, but now I can kind of see why they do this, because I really feel like my eyeshadow look today came out bomb. Like, I had to pat my own self on the back because I really enjoyed how my eyeshadow look came out today. Even though I didn't have anywhere to go, I didn't want to take it off. Yeah, so I'm using my juvia'splace once again to kind of cut my crease, but as you can see, I'm not being perfect. I'm not trying to make sure that it's like absolutely straight. I just want a brighter color on my lid, and I just needed that space. So then I took the shade Simply Syrup, which is the darkest shade on that row, and put that in my outer V. I'm not sure if I'm going in order like I normally would when I do shadow. I feel like I did something other than the Vaseline part that, like, I feel like I usually put my outer V shade and then cut my crease. I don't know what I was doing, but I just know I was doing something. So I was basically just listening to music, just vibing out, just trying to come up with a look in my head. I knew I wanted to do pink, and I wanted to do different variations of pink, all using the same palette to get a good idea of how this palette performed. And ColourPop has not let me down yet. So I'm basically packing that into my crease, and then I took the lightest shade of them all, which is Crazy Cool, still up in the pink family, and I put that on the inner part of my eye. I felt like this would open my eye and make it look bigger, open my eyes and make them look bigger. So, and I wanted a pale pink look. I just wanted different colors of pink, and I know we're in fall, and like pink is not your typical fall color, but y'all know I don't care. I have no sense of color. I just wear color how I want to wear color. So I'm basically packing that on with my Jaclyn Hill. I think this is the 39 or 34 brush. So I'm basically just packing it on using that brush, just making sure I cover all areas. And I took the shade Dream Girl because I wanted to use every last shade in that palette. So I put that between the shade Simple Syrup and Cola. No, not Cola. Crazy Cool. So Dream Girl went between Crazy Cool and Simple Syrup. So I used every single eyeshadow in that row. So I had different contrasts of pink. And that's me just being happy that I was able to do something. So I'm going back with Simply Syrup just to pack it on some more, because I know I love a dark inner outer V. I love a dark outer V. So here I am just packing. That's a BH Cosmetic brush, by the way. Okay, I'm just going to take some of my paint pot and laying low on my lower lash line today so that we can put the color there. So as you can see, I use the paint pot for multiple things. That's a good thing about a product. When you can find a product that you can use multiple ways. I'll probably do a video like that of items that I use just as blush, as highlighter, as eyeshadow, as lipstick. Yeah. Okay, so now let's get the palette. Same thing we did to the top, we're going to do to the bottom. Just 2 shades though. I think I'm going to take the darkest shade, which I put in my outer crease at the bottom, and take that one and put that on the outer edge. This is just another BH Cosmetics brush. As you can see, I love BH Cosmetics. Although I heard, you know, some people talking about their new eyeshadow palettes, and they felt like it wasn't like the same formula as what BH Cosmetics is known for making. Okay, then I'll take the shade that I put in my crease. I mean, not my crease, my transition area. For that. And put that in the inner part. Now, wipe my brush off on a napkin. Take the light shade that's on my lid in the center part and bring it up. Hope I make it sit, y'all. I make sure that bright shade is in my inner tear duct, so that way it opens up my eyes a little. Okay guys, we are back with the eye look using the Matte About Hue by ColourPop, and I am so happy I picked up this palette. I knew it was a reason why when I saw that it was coming out that I could focus on nothing else but getting this palette. I got it while they were having a sale, so that helped out a whole lot. But as you can see, I used all of the pink row. I tried to use all of the shades in the pink row. We'll go row. We'll try that. Y'all know how I am. But yeah, it's pigmented. They're not chalky. It's a slight bit of fallout, but that doesn't bother me. And this is a totally matte look. I started to add like a glitter liner. I was like, no, just stick with matte. And I love it. I love it. I tell y'all all the time that I'm not like a pro with eyeshadow, but I'm learning. I'm growing. I won't ever learn if I just stop. So I just have to keep going and going and going. And ColourPop made it so easy to do this. For the shadows, just sticking the way they did, blending the way they did. The pigment is there. I didn't have to pack it on to make it pop. Like, this is so pretty. And I know it's fall and I got on all pink, but I don't care. Yeah, the foundation is in Foundation Throwback this Friday, so it'll be up before this one. So check it out if you want to see what foundation I used and all of that. But the eye look, I have nowhere to go. I don't have a place to go. It's a hurricane. We're on a hurricane watch, so I'll probably be doing videos. So y'all will see a video probably every day next week because I'll be in the house all weekend because we're under a hurricane watch. But I don't care as long as I got some lights and internet. We're good to go. Yeah, so drop down and let me know if you have tried this palette, if you plan on trying this palette. If you did, what are your thoughts about this palette? But as of right now, I'm in love with what? This palette. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.